So lads, Aliyah Boston has just said something. She has said something. She gave an answer to a question that obviously people are going to be asked, the Fever players are going to be asked, and she did it in the best possible way.
The WNBA faces another manufactured controversy as Dewanna returns to Indianapolis, met with the expected reception. Instead of acknowledging the real story unfolding, league veterans and media paint Indiana Fever fans as villains, deflecting from the truth in favor of a tired narrative. The focus should be on facts, not feelings.
What was it like having Dewanna return to Indiana, and what were your thoughts on the fan reception tonight?
Honestly, that got nothing to do with me. I think DB returned because we were playing Phoenix, and so that happened to be that. The fans chose to do what they wanted to do, but for us, it's about paying attention to what we have to do here, and that was coming in and getting a big win, which we were able to.
This highlights a growing divide between fans demanding accountability and a league more focused on shielding feelings than facing facts. In today's era of social media outrage and staged drama, common sense is increasingly rare. Much like a Dewanna highlight reel from her forgettable stint in Indiana. Reality shouldn't be so easily ignored.
I boo people for less. I boo people for way less. Like, if somebody played for my team, my favorite team, and they left after 9 to 10 games, wasn't a good fit. I'm sure she dealt with some shit. I'd feel the type of way her coming back into my house. That's just fandom, okay? So, again, open to constructive feedback. I think that's sports, man. I'm going to be booing people all the time. I love it. Boo. I love booing.
During Wednesday night's matchup between the Indiana Fever and Phoenix Mercury, as the Fever aimed to extend their strong run, Dewanna checked in and was met with a chorus of boos. Exactly what any rational fan would expect from a crowd that remembers her mid-season departure. Actions have consequences, and fans didn't forget.
I might lose some of you with this one, but I'm open to constructive feedback, okay? I don't think it's a big deal that Dewanna got booed. I don't. I love that Aliyah Copper stuck up for her post-game interview, right? Like, that's her teammate, that's her girl. She said what she needed to say. I boo people for less. I boo people for way less. Like, if somebody played for my team, my favorite team, and they left after 9 to 10 games, wasn't a good fit.
The moment was both predictable and justified. Bonner, once a marquee free agent signing for Indiana, played just 9 games before declaring the fit wasn't right and requesting her release, leaving fans with every reason to voice their frustration.
Y'all expected the Indiana Fever fans to what? Give her a warm welcome back in the Gainbridge after sitting here and quitting on the team? Not even halfway through the season, and you talking about it's distasteful, it's disrespectful the way Dewanna quit on this team. This is sports. You women's basketball players and women's basketball fans sit up here and act like everything is supposed to be peaches and cream all the time. Stadiums, arenas, everybody boos players.
What followed was a typically composed response from Aliyah Boston, who told reporters the crowd reaction got nothing to do with me, and that fans chose to do what they wanted to do.
Literally. Perfect.
Honestly, that got nothing to do with me.
That got nothing to do with me, first of all. It's very different than we don't condone that. We don't like seeing that. Like, nothing about that. It was literally no negative things towards fans, which, they probably would have hoped that Aliyah Boston called out the fans. Just, they had nothing to do with me. She doesn't want to get herself involved in the wrath of the old WNBA.
Meanwhile, Mercury players reacted like jack-in-the-boxes at a grievance convention, eager to spin routine fan behavior into the latest sports injustice. And here's where it gets predictably absurd. Rather than accept that booing is a basic part of professional sports, Mercury star Aliyah Copper labeled Fever fans distasteful for expressing disappointment. Apparently, holding players accountable now qualifies as poor sportsmanship in today's hypersensitive professional sports landscape.
I don't understand, like, she's a legend, and just all the things that she's done for the league. And just the disrespect, I can't get down with it. They booed her. She didn't say a word to the crowd. Um, People talk some trash to her, but we had her back. But it's just very distasteful for what their fan base.
If you are enjoying, please subscribe. Here's where the story shifts from disappointing to downright infuriating. Mercury players, in their infinite wisdom, have chosen to ignore the valid reasons fans might be upset with Dewanna Bonner, opting instead to frame boos as some shocking breach of decency. Let that sink in. They're more focused on shielding a player who walked out on her team than trying to understand why fans, left feeling betrayed, might react with frustration. Accountability shouldn't be optional in professional sports.
Kalia Copper. You know that she quit on the team, right? You know that she quit on the team. She quit. She's a quitter. Money that we could have used on a free agent that actually has mental fortitude, that's mentally strong, not mentally weak. We could have went out and signed them to help us actually turn this team into a winning team. Try to help us build toward the future. Instead, Dewanna Bonner and Stephanie White talked to each other in a dark room and said, yeah, I'll get you over here.
This is the same Dewanna Bonner who was brought in to provide veteran leadership and championship experience to a young Indiana Fever roster. She was meant to be the steadying force, the missing piece to help guide Caitlin Clark and this promising squad toward contention. Instead, she played just 9 games, averaged 7.1 points on a mediocre 34.5% shooting, got benched, and decided the situation wasn't for her. The reaction from the league, or more accurately, from certain players, speaks volumes. When fans invest emotionally and financially in their team, only to watch a veteran player walk away when things get difficult, booing isn't just acceptable, it's inevitable. It's like standing next to a swimming pool and then acting shocked when you get splashed. Fans aren't villains for reacting, they're participants in the very passion that keeps professional sports alive. Ignore that, and you miss the entire point.
She signed, she played like 9 games, and then she said, I don't want to be here anymore, and I'm not going to show up until you release me. Basically quit on the team, because she wanted to be back home with Alyssa Thomas in Phoenix, which, I mean, totally fair, but why would you sign a contract with Indiana if you just wanted to be home? You know, that doesn't make any sense. And so she leaves, she quits on the team, and now she returns to Indiana, and she gets booed. And people are with Phoenix.
Aliyah Boston's handling of the situation has been nothing short of professional. She acknowledged that fans will do what fans do, refused to criticize them, and kept the conversation where it belongs, on basketball. No dramatic statements about respecting legends, no victim narrative, no drawn-out campaign to rewrite the past. Just basketball. It's almost like she understands a simple truth. The best response to controversy is to focus on your job and let your performance speak. And that's exactly what she did, dropping 17 points in the fourth quarter to help secure the win. Dewanna Bonner and her Mercury teammates, on the other hand, have turned this incident into a personal crusade, complete with lectures about respect and tone-deaf commentary on fan behavior. Bonner somehow managed to spin a forgettable 9-game stint into a season-long saga about how she was wronged, despite being the one who chose to leave. Let's be clear, the real victims here aren't Bonner or her teammates. The real victims are Indiana Fever fans who invested their time, money, and passion into a team they believed was building something, only to watch a supposed veteran leader bail the moment adversity hit.
Fans can do what they want to do. The fan chose to do what they want to do. That was simple as that. Nice and easy. Simple as that. Let's not say a negative thing. She said the fans did what the fans did. She made her bed. She can lay in it. Basically, that ain't nothing to do with me. Yeah. Love this response. Great response. Great answer.
The most frustrating part of this entire situation is the gaslighting of Indiana Fever fans who have every right to express their disappointment. We now live in a world where booing, a basic, time-honored expression of fan displeasure in professional sports, is suddenly being painted as distasteful, when aimed at a player who literally quit on her team mid-season. This isn't youth league basketball or a participation trophy ceremony. This is professional sports. When LeBron James returned to Cleveland after the decision, he was booed relentlessly, and no one tried to shame fans for it. When players leave teams under controversial circumstances or forced trades, fans voicing displeasure is part of the emotional contract that comes with being a professional athlete. That's the deal. You don't get the support without accepting the criticism, especially when you walk away from the challenge. What makes this situation even more absurd is the glaring performance gap. While Mercury players rush to defend Dewanna Bonner's legacy, here's what actually happened during her return to Indianapolis. 4 points on 1 of 4 shooting in 21 minutes. Meanwhile, the player some are bizarrely suggesting should apologize to fans, Aliyah Boston, put up 22 points and 12 rebounds, including a monster 17-point fourth quarter that sealed the win. The contrast couldn't be clearer. One player quit when it got tough. The other stayed and delivered when it mattered most. And that's exactly why fans booed, and exactly why they were right to do so.
So hilarious that in the first game that Phoenix plays Indiana, after signing Ari and Dewanna Bonner leaving, Ari has a season high of 27 points, and Dewanna Bonner only scored 4 points for the Phoenix Mercury last night. And let me be clear, yes, Dewanna Bonner is a legend. Yes, she is a WNBA great. Yes, she's accomplished great things for the league. However, if you leave a team after 9 games in the way that she left, when you come back and play that team, of course their fans are going to boo you. That's like common.
The broader context is crucial here. The Indiana Fever fan base has been unfairly maligned all season. From baseless accusations of bad behavior, which investigations disproved, to constant criticism for simply being passionate about their team. These fans have stuck with the Fever through rebuilding, embraced generational talent like Caitlin Clark, and invested emotionally in players like Bonner, hoping they'd bring success. When that trust is met with abandonment, booing isn't just understandable, it's the right response. Mercury coach Nate Tibbetts offered the only rational perspective in this entire controversy. That's kinda how sports works. You go into a former home of yours and typically, you don't leave on your terms, fans aren't going to be happy, and yeah, that's what they did tonight. It's refreshing to hear someone in professional sports acknowledge this basic reality instead of pretending fan emotions exist in a vacuum. Sports are about passion, accountability, and real connections, and Fever fans showed exactly that when Bonner returned.
Yeah, I think just in sports, it's kind of what you have to anticipate, right? Yeah, I thought she handled it fine. That's kind of how sports works. You go into a former home of yours, and typically, if you don't leave on your terms, the fans aren't going to be happy. And that's what they did.
The most telling part of Aliyah Boston's response is what she didn't do. She didn't throw her fans under the bus or apologize for their perfectly reasonable reaction. She didn't engage in empty virtue signaling about respect or legends. Instead, she did what professional athletes should, focused on basketball, delivered a dominant performance, and let her play speak for itself. This is true leadership, protecting your people while staying locked in on what really matters. In stark contrast, Mercury players seem more interested in disputing fan behavior than addressing the legitimate reasons behind it. Kahleah Copper's remarks about Bonner being the sweetest soul and the fit not working miss the point entirely. Professional sports isn't about being sweet. It's about commitment, perseverance, and honoring the obligations you accept when signing a contract. Bonner failed on all 3 fronts, and fans have every right to express their disappointment. Accountability isn't optional, and Boston's composed response shows the way forward for players and fans alike.
To Indiana Fever land, it's their time. You hear me? We booing all type of stuff. We ain't trying to hear all of that. Y'all crying about booing, but y'all used to playing in front of 10 fans. At the end of the day, man, head up, chest out. I can't believe y'all crying and whining and still trying to say these dumb allegations, bruh. And then you taking shots at my precious CC? Man, what she do to you? She ain't even playing.
The irony is glaring. While Mercury players defend Bonner's legacy and achievements, they simultaneously undermine what made those accomplishments meaningful. Championships and all-star selections matter because they reflect sustained excellence and unwavering commitment. Quitting on a team after just 9 games because the fit isn't right sends a clear message. Comfort and convenience outweigh the hard work needed for greatness. That's not champion behavior. It's the attitude of someone who's forgotten the foundation of their success. Meanwhile, Aliyah Boston embodies everything Bonner's Indiana tenure was meant to be. She's the steady veteran, the clutch performer in critical moments, and the leader who refuses to make excuses when faced with adversity. Boston's refusal to condemn fans for booing a player who abandoned the team reveals the kind of character championship teams are built on. Her professionalism and focus contrast sharply with the controversy Bonner and her teammates have stirred, highlighting the true difference between commitment and convenience in professional sports.
They're distasteful for booing. The Indiana fans are distasteful for booing a basketball player on the opposing team. This is insanity. Y'all cannot handle fans. Y'all don't want fans, so do not ask for more money. Stop asking for more money. Y'all don't want fans in the arena. The Boston Celtics boo the other players all the time. Oh my God.
The bottom line is clear. Indiana Fever fans have nothing to apologize for. They invested their time and passion in a player who didn't invest in them. They supported a veteran who walked away when the team needed her most. Booing Dewanna Bonner isn't distasteful or inappropriate. It's a natural, justified reaction from fans who understand that professional sports demand commitment. When that commitment is broken, consequences follow. Aliyah Boston's refusal to criticize the fans isn't just smart. It's a recognition that the people in the stands are the heart of the game. They buy tickets, watch games, purchase merchandise, and pour emotion into outcomes that don't impact their daily lives. When a player takes that investment for granted and leaves, fans have every right to express their frustration. Boston's respect for this relationship highlights why she's a cornerstone of the Fever's future, while Bonner's brief tenure will be remembered as a cautionary tale about the difference between talent and true character.